How are you harnessing in your teaching and in your curricula Indigenous knowledge and the history that you share there with the Tohono O'odham community, given how long you've been there?
One of the main goals that we have at the college as part of the mission is to preserve the language and culture, what is called the Himdag, the way of living here in the Tohono O'odham Nation. Another part is the participation of elders in education. So we have been trying, it's difficult to be able to bring them to classes that we are providing, but we have several classes that address traditional knowledge. One of them is ethnobotany for the Sonoran Desert, which talks about all the properties and uses of the vegetation that we have here in the Sonoran Desert that are traditionally used from the O'odham people from centuries. We have the global change biology, natural resources, wildlife, and we trying to include, because in the tradition that the Tohono O'odham have is the storytelling for the rabbits and the coyote and all of that. So it's something that we wanted to keep going, the storytelling, but also the knowledge of the environment.
You share a border with Mexico. As you said, you were much larger historically, and now you cross over two countries. The complexity of what you're dealing with, and then to compound that with climate change impacts, including, real-time food insecurity issues and so forth. How does that translate into the classroom?
I've seen that the young people who are coming to take classes here, they are rediscovering the desert when they take classes where we talk about biology, climate change biology, wildlife. I remember being in a presentation, a final presentation of the wildlife class, and a student from here was using the lens to see the birds and the animals under the saguaro or mesquite. And then he said, I'm from here, and this is the first time that I realized that we have all of that here. So it's a rediscovery for them, or re-education. The same thing with agriculture. In agriculture, we have crops that are from long time ago, and then from the Spanish people who they were in this area. Wheat and some other crops is one example of that. But they have things that are getting lost in time because they don't practice the agriculture as they did before. When we create an event and we have some crops from traditional crops, sometimes the people, when they have the opportunity to taste, they start remember things when they were young or little, and they are rediscovering again what we are offering. So we have a small seed bank, and we are trying to keep the heirloom seeds just for that reason.
The point that you just made really demonstrates the reach of sustainability, including cultural sustainability, and all that we have to save, all that is at risk. Given what you know, and I ask this of a lot of scientists, particularly who really understand the impacts of climate change and the pace of climate change, what keeps you going?
I've always been interested in science since I was young. Being in education is what motivates me to continue doing things related with sustainability, because the impact that I'm seeing in keeping the culture, increasing the knowledge, to make the public aware about the things that are happening, and also the connection with the people. I think that's the most important part. When we say we wanted to do a practice of recycling to create compost. So they say this is part of the tradition to reuse the things that we have available.